Thank you all. You can have a seat. Once again, thank you, Post 224 from Wixom. They do such a nice job for everyone, for us every year. So give them a round of applause, please. So before we begin, I have to recognize American House. American House has sponsored this event above and beyond for 27 years. Thank you. So notice them in the back of the room, and please take a moment and say hi when you get a chance. Thank you. Rick over here, one of our favorite volunteers, back. Hey, Rick. He is selling 50/50 tickets, so during lunch, if you want to take some time and go visit Rick and buy some tickets. Okay, and it is my distinct pleasure to introduce to you Valerie Knoll, and she's a member of the Farmington City Council. Thank you.
Ago, I didn't need these. Okay, well, good morning, everyone. I'm Valerie Knoll. I'm on City Council with Farmington Hills, and I'd like to thank my fellow council members who are here today. With me, we have Jackie Boulevard and Michael Bridges at that back table from council. Oh, and also we just had an election on Tuesday, so we have our mayor-elect, Teresa Rich, over there. And then from city staff, we have our city manager, Gary Metchian, our economic development director, Krista Brockaway, and then we have a whole table of our police officers from our wonderful police department, and I'm guessing some of them are veterans themselves. So thank you for being here with the veterans today to celebrate. So, yes. So again, I'm Valerie Knoll on City Council, and it is an honor to be part of this important celebration that provides an opportunity for the city to honor our current and former service members. And it gives us a chance to thank the men and women who stepped up to serve the United States of America. On behalf of the entire city of Farmington Hills, thank you for your service. So each November 11, Americans celebrate the bravery and sacrifice of the millions of Americans who carry the honor of being a veteran. They make us proud to be Americans. We're grateful to celebrate our local veterans for the 27th year, as was just announced in this forum. Whenever and wherever their service took place, our veterans earn this nation's respect. And throughout time, all veterans have shared a commitment to service country and a cause greater than themselves. My dad was an example of this. He served in the Army in the Korean theater. When I was a kid, he never talked about his service. My dad passed away at the age of 90 several years ago. And when I was cleaning out the family home, I found lots of photos, lots of great photos from his time in Korea. He had never, not only did he not talk about it, he never shared those photos with us. And these photos were awesome. There were photos of his friends, photos of a military parade, even photos of famous celebrities who came and entertained for the troops. And of course, there was no social media back then. But I'm telling you, even if there was social media back then, I have a feeling that my dad would not have put his photos on social media in order to attract attention. And I'm sure veterans have many different reasons for not talking about their service. In my dad's case, it wasn't because he was a shy man. Quite the opposite. He was very outgoing. But I think he didn't want his service to be about himself. He didn't volunteer for his own personal glory or for accolades. He served because he loved and respected the United States of America. He believed that it was his duty because we are the greatest country in the world. And he believed in the ideals on which this country was founded. One of those ideas being freedom. And because of the veterans, our nation has remained free and we've been able to bring those freedoms to others around this world. We owe our veterans our gratitude and our respect. They understand the meaning of the term sacrifice and service. And across this country today and right here in Farmington Hills, Americans are reflecting on all that the veterans have done for us and how they have helped us to live in freedom, for which we often take for granted. Not the veterans, but us others who haven't served. So we are deeply grateful to the men and women who defended America in the past and those who continue to defend us today. And we are thankful to have this opportunity to honor and acknowledge our local veterans, those who are here today, but also those who couldn't be with us here today. So to every veteran out there, we owe you a debt that we can never repay. Thank you very much.
I would like to introduce from Farmington, Council Member and Mayor Pro Temp, Joe LaRussa.
Good morning. I'd also like to extend on behalf of the City of Farmington our gratitude and thanks to all the veterans who have served in the armed forces. We're very grateful for your service, and I'd like to acknowledge my colleague, Jonna Balk, from the City of Farmington's Council, and our Director of Public Safety, Bob Hohannison, who's also here with us today. So, it's really hard to be the follow-up to a speaker who talks about, how much veterans have done and all of this, so I wanted to share more of a story that has stuck with me over the years. From a very young age, I remember my grandfather, my father, all my family members who had served, they didn't refer to their branch of the military, they didn't talk about their rank, they didn't talk about where they were posted, they would talk about the service. When I was in the service. And from a very young age, I learned how important and how powerful that word is, because there is no greater service to this country. And as a room full of patriots, I'm sure all of you can relate to this. There's no greater service than to take up a cause for freedom and for liberty and for all of those things that we enjoy. We owe all of you gratitude beyond a single day. And while I'm grateful that it is a federal holiday and we do mark the moment in a very significant way, it's very important that all of us, everybody, the citizens, honor that service by participating, by voting, by assembling, by using the freedoms that all of you have guaranteed for all of us. That's how I believe, that's how we can honor best the service that you've provided on behalf of a grateful nation and on behalf of a grateful two communities that are very strong and made stronger because of all of your participation and your service. Enjoy your lunch. I look forward to hearing your stories. I think there are probably a lot of them in this room, and I'm looking forward to hearing as many of them as I can today. So thank you very much and enjoy the day.
For the recognition of the POWs and MIAs, I'd like to introduce Colonel Edward Hirsch.
Those who have served and those currently serve in the United States of America as members of the uniformed services, such as the civil servants and those contractors, are ever mindful that the sweetness of enduring peace has always been tainted by the bitterness of personal sacrifice. We are compelled to never forget that while we enjoy our daily pleasures, there are others who have endured and may still be enduring the agonies of pain, deprivation, and internment. Before we begin our activities, we will pause to recognize our POWs and MIAs. We call your attention to the small table to my right, to your left, which is occupying a place of dignity and honor. It is set for one, symbolizing the fact that some are missing from our ranks. They are referred to as POWs and MIAs. We call them comrades. They are unable to be with their loved ones and families today, so we join together to pay our humble tribute to them and bear witness to their continued absence. This table, set for one, is small, symbolizing the family of one prisoner alone against his or her suppressors. The tablecloth is white, symbolic of the purity of their intentions to respond to their country's call to arms. The single red rose in the vase signifies the blood that many have shed in sacrifice to ensure freedom of our beloved United States. This rose also reminds us of the family and friends of our missing comrades who keep the faith while awaiting their return. The vase is tied with a red ribbon, symbol of our continued determination to account for our missing. A slice of lemon on the plate is to remind us of the bitter fate of those captured and missing in a foreign land. A pinch of salt on the plate symbolizes the countless fallen tears of families as they wait. The holy books of many faiths represent the strength gained through belief to sustain those lost from our country, founded as one nation under God. The candle is reminiscent of the light of hope, which lives in our hearts to illuminate their way home, away from their captors, to the open arms of a grateful nation. The glass is inverted. They cannot drink with us this day. The chair is empty. They are not here. Let us hope that all our comrades will soon be back within our ranks. Let us remember and never forget their sacrifices. May God forever watch over them and their families. Thank you for your attention.